If I started YouTube over, what would I do differently? I have some recommendations for new YouTuber artists. Number one, don't wait to be perfect because it will never be perfect. And if you're a perfectionist, then maybe you are sabotaging yourself. When I started my channel, I only had my phone. I didn't have professional lights. I didn't have a professional camera. I actually had nothing professional, to be honest. It was pandemic time and I just wanted to draw and I wanted to share this drawing with other people. In time, you will improve yourself. You will improve the quality, but give yourself some time. You don't have to start as professionals. Sometimes I see that because of this idea that you have to have everything ready to start a YouTube channel, that kind of stops you from creating one. Every day you're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel one day, but I need to buy this first, I need to do this first, and you never get those things done. Please stop making these excuses and start your YouTube channel today, not tomorrow. You don't need a professional camera. Get your phone and get your desktop light and start filming. The second thing I want to talk to you about is the feeling that why would I open a YouTube channel? Because there are so many YouTube channels like me. I'm not going to be different, so what's the point? Don't think this way because everybody has a different style. They have a different mission. They have different personalities, and our personalities reflect on our work. So think about this. There are so many gaming channels. There are so many vlogs. There are so many makeup channels. When you look at the most popular ones, they are still very similar to each other. They all have thousands of subscribers and they're successful channels. So what makes them different? Think about this. When I first started my YouTube channel, I had the same fears, but this didn't stop me from opening my YouTube channel. And now I get comments like, you know, you share your mistakes and you're so motivational and you talk about artist coaching, which other channels don't, and we really like that. And in the beginning of my channel, I didn't even think about, oh, what I'm going to make different or what my difference will be. I just started drawing and I started my YouTube channel. And now look where I am. I like where I am and I like what I do. The third thing I want to talk about is your niche. If you don't have a niche, please don't worry. In time, you will find one. This shouldn't stop you from starting again because a lot of people think that I need to find a niche first and then start a channel. But this might take forever. When I started drawing, I started with graphite pencils and charcoal because those were the ones that I was most familiar with. But in time, as I learned other pencils and I practiced other paints, I realized that my channel got bigger and bigger. And I also added some art history documentaries, some coaching videos. So now I have this niche that is related to art, like motivational art, I would say. And it's way different than just teaching tutorials. And this happened in time. It took me 3 years to figure out what my niche is. So don't worry about your niche very much and start today. The fourth recommendation I want to give you is never give up and be patient about YouTube. YouTube is a slow growing platform. It's not fast at all. And it can be draining on YouTubers. There are so many YouTubers that quit because of that. In my first year, I had 500 subscribers. In my second year, I had 2,500. And we will see in June what my subscriber count is going to be, but I am not counting it anymore because in time I learned that what I should care about is if I'm realizing my mission or not, if I'm having fun or not. Because if you're not having fun and if you're not following a purpose, then it's really pointless. You will get demotivated so quickly. You will care about numbers more than what you're achieving right here with your videos. Don't get discouraged because you're only having a few views. Just keep posting, keep improving yourself, and keep having fun. The fifth thing I want to talk to you about is the title and the thumbnail. You might have the most perfect video on earth, But if your thumbnail and title are not interesting, then nobody will click on it, so nobody will see it. Your thumbnail should be clear, attractive, interesting. If not, your title should do that job for sure. This was a big challenge for me because when I started my channel, I was making a lot of how-to tutorials, but they weren't as popular as the ones that I made my titles more interesting. For example, instead of saying I compared Van Gogh watercolor with Winsor & Newton brand, you can say a surprising Van Gogh watercolor review. Or even you can say a shocking review of Van Gogh watercolor and Winsor & Newton. The other thing I want to recommend is not to ask your family or your friends to subscribe to your channel if they are not interested in art. Guys, I cannot stress enough how important this is, because if your, let's say, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, or your high school friend, colleague, college friend, they're following you just because they love you and they want to support you, it's not going to do well for your channel, because this is how YouTube algorithm works. First, you publish a video, the video goes to the home page of your follower or your subscriber, and then if they don't click on that video, then YouTube starts to think, maybe this is not a great video. In the beginning, you only have a few subscribers, and when YouTube, for example, shows your video to your colleague, and your colleague is not interested in art, she's not going to click on that. She's going to click on something that she's more interested in. And then YouTube will think, this didn't work. Let me show this to another subscriber. And that subscriber happens to be your aunt. Your aunt doesn't like art. She likes cooking, and she looks at the, food channels, and so she doesn't click on your video. What happens? YouTube starts to think, this must be a crappy video. Nobody is clicking on it. So let me not show this to new people. This means your channel will be completely invisible to new audience. That's terrible. You don't want to do that. So please, for the sake of numbers, don't ask your family or your friends to subscribe to your YouTube channel. This is the worst thing you can do to your channel. And the next thing is engagement. By engagement, I don't only mean replying to the comments, but also going to other people's channels and writing comments and replying to other comments, liking their channel, subscribing to other people's channels, being in interaction with other channels as well. This is what YouTube likes. The more you're engaged with other art channels, the more YouTube starts to recommend your subscribers to each other. If you are new on YouTube, or if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, this video right here will also help you a lot. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!